New Zealand to reopen borders from early next year after 18 months in pandemic isolation. The first step is only for vaccinated travellers.
One expert tells us whether New Zealand's reopening roadmap is a realistic one.
It's quite hard to predict what the conditions will be like in 6 months from now. But if other measures are working well, we're going to do some pilots of very careful quarantine-free entry into New Zealand. If they're successful, they'll gradually be expanded to include a wider range of travellers than the initial stages. The goal is that every New Zealander will be offered vaccine before we will reopen the borders at all. Our rate of vaccination has been driven entirely by vaccine supply, and we were relatively late to negotiate an arrangement with Pfizer, but now we're expecting enough vaccine for the entire population well before the end of the year. So I think that goal is quite realistic, and data suggests the public is very enthusiastic about being vaccinated, so we would expect to have high coverage. I mean, there's still some questions about vaccinating children under 16 years of age, but I think that will happen, which again will be very helpful. But we know that the vaccine, you can't out-vaccinate your way entirely out of the pandemic, because the vaccine has still limited ability to stop onward transmission. But of course, to date anyway, the vaccines are very effective at stopping serious outcomes.